just outside of the 15. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. On first down, it's Moon. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Reggie White, what a force. Got back there for the sack.
Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Aaron Donald just so strong they can't block him, and he records the sack. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, third and long now. Now it's Taylor, and he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those 2 hands over his head and that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you.
Well, had to get it out quickly, but it's blocked. And that is going to be a safety.
That's exactly what they were aiming for defensively. A huge early play that cuts off any opposing momentum at the knees. As soon as that snap was made, they were flying to the ball and through the line. Great call from the coaching staff and even better execution.
Derrick Henry all alone. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Derrick Henry, 81 yards. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide, not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try.
And this thing is blown up defensively. They will not get a throw-off on the trick play, and that'll go down as a sack. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. Bobby Wagner, multiple times an All-Pro, in there to drop him for a loss. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set. Derrick Henry all alone. Touchdown, 49ers. Derrick Henry, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. And Young's going to throw for this. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This taken in right around the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. LA readies for its next possession. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystal.
And they are going to score again. Yet touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Boy, we talk a lot about Christian McCaffrey and what he can do in the open field, and it's easy to gloss over how tough he can be to stop near the goal line. And he shows you just how tough he is on that carry as he takes it into the end zone.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for two, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get two. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
On 1st and 10, Moon in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Moon. Aaron Donald getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. To throw from his end zone. Moon. And can you believe it? It's a 2nd safety in this ball game. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
And bulldozing his way through.
Missed.
This will not go down. And they're going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
So we'll see what Young and his guys can do here as they walk up for the 2-point try. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes has a way of catching up with you.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
Now a 1st down throw, Moon. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Aaron Donald. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Well, it's obvious, but I can't help but say it here. It's never a good day when the opposing defense has more sacks than you have points. The win seems likely, but this defense is still playing for something.
And for the 3rd time now, this is going to wind up a safety. Unbelievable. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they're going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
And this is going to be caught, so add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. L.A. set to take over again on offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it? Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. Now a handoff to Henry. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a superior effort on both sides of the ball.
Hey, didn't it feel like you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown, and then the defense jumped up and said, hold it. We're getting involved as well. You're exactly right. Big points, both sides.